Governor Eno identifies with Presbyterian Church of Nigeria on 2024 convention, sues for peaceful coexistence. Wife of Governor charges PDP chapter women leaders on continuous loyalty to party. Glaucoma Awareness Month, reporter highlights risk factors, symptoms, preventive measures. Hollywood actor John Okafor dies at 62 days, and more in just a moment. Good afternoon to you and welcome to AKBC 405 News at noon. I am Blessing Isongyu. Those who trust in God will always be victorious irrespective of their circumstances. This is the assertion by Governor Moeno while addressing the Presbyterian Church of Nigeria, Uyo Presbytery Congregation, during the ceremonial opening and annual Gospel Convention of the church at Enwe Street, Uyo. The governor, who gave financial assistance for the development of the church, was accompanied by government functionaries. Our Government House reporter Patience John completes the story.
Regretting the hardship that is facing the country, the governor reminded Christians on how God manifested himself to those who trusted in him, as recorded in the scripture, and encouraged the people not to fret, but continue to put their trust in God for a better tomorrow.
That same God that was with me then will make me defeat this Philistine. Do you ever have record of what God has stood with you to overcome before? Have you been through some stuff that you know that God helped you to conquer? Can you really recall those things that God has helped you to go over? That same God is still alive. When you are confronted by difficulties, you must understand and see the things God has put you through before. And you can always say confidently by faith that God is still alive.
The governor joined other worshippers to praise God in songs and dances. At the event, the Transition Committee Chairman for its local government, Barrister Tete Monuk, who doubled as the chairman of the event, welcomed the governor and his entourage and thanked guests for identifying with them. The church choir rendered a piece during the convention. The theme for the 2024 convention is More Than Conquerors. Patience John, AKBC News.
Wife of Akwa Ibom State Governor Pastor Patience Eno has enjoined chapter women leaders of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) to continue being steadfast in their support to the party and Pastor Moeno. Pastor Patience Eno said this when the party chapter women leaders in all the local government areas of the state paid her a visit in Government House. Margaret Bassey reports.
Pastor Patience Eno, who stressed the need for the chapter women leaders to remain resolute and loyal to the PDP, thanked them for their diligence and consistency in working for the success of the party over the years and for standing with the governor throughout the electioneering period. The state First Lady assured them that their confidence in the administration and their rights agenda are not misplaced. Pastor Patience Eno promised the women that their request for inclusivity and commensurate reward funds will be channeled to the governor, expressing the hope that a favorable response will follow.
I have heard you, my sisters. I've heard you, my mothers. I've heard you, my friends. I am not promising you anything like I've said. But I'm promising you one thing, that I will channel this request. I take it as a request, I take it as a concern.
In their separate speeches, the PDP chapter women leaders from the 3 senatorial districts, Francis, Inemisad Maxwell, and Maureen Udo, said they were in government's house to inform the wife of the governor, Pastor Patience Umoino, of the end of their tenure in office. They spoke of their commitment, which has kept the flag of the party flying higher, requesting that their perseverance and loyalty to the PDP be rewarded. The chapter women leaders appealed to the First Lady to ensure that strategic slots are reserved for women during the local government and subsequent elections, assuring of their continuous support to the Moino administration.
So few of us, some step is. Total loyalty.
No. The women of PDP in Akwa Ibom State have gone through a lot. God still stood by us. We did that election to our very best and make sure that the flag of PDP is still flying high.
Some of us here are widows with children in schools. Some of us here are even married, but in that marriage, they are the breadwinners of the family. Yes. I know God will stand by you because of us. So because I know our next meeting was seeing you again. I'm going to come and tell you, Mommy, thank you.
The PDP chapter women leaders from the 31 local government areas of the state later presented wrappers to Pastor Patience Umoino in support of a pet project, the Golden Initiative for All, JIFA. Margaret Bassi, AKBC News.
March every year is always marked as Glaucoma Awareness Month by the United Nations to educate people on what glaucoma does to the eye, the need for early detection, and the importance of caring for the eye. To this end, the Yarinopol in the following report takes a look at glaucoma, the causes, risk factors, symptoms, and possible care.
The eye is one of the most important parts of the body that should not be joked with, but guarded with all amount of jealousy. If the eye is not properly cared for, it may be affected by several diseases, including glaucoma, which may blind the eye completely. Now, what is glaucoma? Glaucoma is a condition that damages the eye's optic nerve, and it gets worse over time. This is often linked to a buildup of pressure inside the eye. Glaucoma tends to run in families, and one usually don't get it until later in life. The increased pressure in the eye, called intraocular pressure, can damage the optic nerve that sends images to the brain. If the damage worsens, glaucoma can cause permanent vision loss or even total blindness within a few years. Most people with glaucoma have no early symptoms or pain. It can only be diagnosed by an eye doctor before one has long-term vision loss. The fluid inside one's eye, called aqueous humor, usually flows out of the eye through a mesh-like channel. If this channel gets blocked or the eye is producing too much fluid, the liquid builds up sometimes. Though experts do not know the causes of the blockage, but it can be inherited, meaning passed from parents to children. Less common causes of glaucoma are chemical injury to an eye, severe eye infection, blocked blood vessels inside the eye, and inflammatory conditions. On rare cases, eye surgery to correct another condition can sometimes bring it on. Glaucoma mostly affects adults older than 40, but young adults, children, and even infants can have it. Some causes of glaucoma ranges from nearsightedness, farsightedness, poor vision, diabetes, certain steroid medications, certain drugs for bladder control or seizure, some over-the-counter cold remedies, injury to the eye, corneas that are thinner than usual, high blood pressure, heart disease, or stroke cell anemia, and high eye pressure. For symptoms, most people with open-angle glaucoma don't have symptoms. If symptoms do show up, they usually come late in the disease. That is why glaucoma is often called the sneak thief of vision. Symptoms of angle closure glaucoma usually come on faster and are more obvious. Damage can occur quickly if you have any of these symptoms. However, some symptoms are severe throbbing eye pain, eye redness, headaches on the same side as the affected eye, blurry or foggy vision, halos around light, and dilated pupil. It is important to get a comprehensive dilated eye examination at least once every 2 years. Early detection is critical to preventing vision loss caused by glaucoma. When you discover some signs around your eye, it is time to see a doctor to prevent permanent eye damage or blindness, because you may need medical attention right away. You should see a doctor if you get drowsy, tired, or short of breath after using eye drops to treat glaucoma. It could mean the drug is making a heart or lung problem worse. If you lose vision, it can't be brought back, but lowering eye pressure can help you keep the sight you have. Remember that the Holy Book in Luke chapter 11 verse 34 records that your eyes are like a lamp to your body. When your eyes are sound, your whole body is full of light. Eyagino Paul, AKBC News.
A professor of economic history names corruption, nepotism, favoritism as factors hindering Nigerian growth. Nigeria Bar Association challenges IG on motor registration. This and more when we return from this short break.
This is our home, where we all belong. The place where life is beautiful. The peaceful ambience we enjoy when we live together in unity and love. It's a man, and you know, we go stand together, we go make them better. We be brothers and sisters, no matter where we day. It's a man, and you know. No matter where we day, we are one. Let's live together in peace and harmony.
So glad to have you back. A professor of economic history and security studies, University of Uyo, Dominic Akpan, has listed corruption, nepotism, favoritism, ethnicity, and my turn syndrome as factors hindering Nigerian growth, Professor Akpan stated this while delivering the 98th inaugural lecture of the University of Uyo on the topic Growing Nigeria's Economy for National Security and Development. The Don said, although Nigeria is blessed with the right brains, abundant resources, economic and political policies, the people are not ready for growth and development. He noted that corruption and nepotism have eaten deep into the fabric of the entire country's economy, noting that until the negative vices are purged out, a new Nigeria anticipated by many will remain a mirage. Professor Akpan also stated that a new Nigeria is not possible when small and large-scale industries are not booming, or when the energy sector, roads, ports, infrastructure and railway transportation are not functional. The University of Uyo 98th inaugural lecture opined that Nigeria needs factories than eateries and to adhere to international standards in funding education and health sectors. Professor Akpan also noted that electric cars are being developed to replace the need for oil, hence the need for Nigeria to diversify its economy from oil to non-oil. He described Nigeria as the highest importer of generators in the world, with dealers milking Nigeria dry and destroying the country's power sector. The Nigerian Bar Association's section on public interest and development law has sued the Inspector General of Police Kayode Ebetokun over the issuance of the Central Motor Information System for vehicle owners across the country. The police had in December 2023 unveiled CMRIS as one of the means to help the police have essential details of vehicle owners in its database. However, according to the NBS PIDL, obtaining the certificate from the Nigeria Police Force costs 6,000 naira. However, in a letter dated January 29, the NBS PIDL chairman John Agbokbo Martins and Secretary Fumi Adogun described the issuance of the certificate as illegal and issued a 7-day ultimatum on the IG to discontinue its issuance. Following the failure of the IG to oblige to their request, the NBS PIDL, the chairman and secretary, filed an application seeking to stop the IG and the Nigeria Police Force from issuing the certificate. The plaintiffs contended that no provisions under the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Police Act, or any other law gave the Nigeria Police Force under the command and authority of the IG the rights, power, or authority to maintain a motor registry or issue certificate of identification or proof of ownership called the Central Motor Registry Information System certificate, or in any other name called to Nigerians. They also held that the Nigeria Police Force is not a revenue generating agency of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and as such lacks the right to fix and collect fees for the issuance of the Central Motor Registry Information System certificate from Nigerians. The plaintiffs, however, sought an order from the court directing the defendants to dismantle the Central Motor Registry Information System and stop the issuance of the Central Motor Registry Information System certificate forthwith. They also urged the court to order the defendants to give a comprehensive account of all the monies collected for the issuance of the certificate from inception to the date of judgment to the plaintiffs and the appropriation committees of the National Assembly and the Accountant General of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The plaintiffs urged the court to order the defendants to refund all monies collected from those who obtained the certificate. An order directing the defendants to disclose to the plaintiffs the names of the banks and the account details in which the monies paid for the issuance of the Central Motor Registry Information System certificates are paid into within 7 days of the judgment. A veteran Nollywood actor John Okafor, popularly known as Mr. Ibu, has been reported dead. According to family sources, the actor has been on life support after he underwent a second surgery for his ailment recently.
The family sources said that his blood pressure has been over 200 after he had the surgery, and that efforts were made to stabilize it before he passed away last night at Evergreen Hospital in Lekki, Lagos State. Meanwhile, reaction trailed the death of the Nollywood icon by people of the state. Some described his passing as a shock after the news that he was fit and has recovered from the surgery.
I heard of his death yesterday in the evening when I opened my phone, and I was shocked, and I felt so sad knowing that he was an entertainer who has entertained us for over the years, and his movies are always top-notch. He knows what to do, and his character, the person of his character, is very rare. So I don't know how we are gonna do it, because we are certainly going to miss him. We are missing him already, and I wish he was still alive to continue his good works. But dead, you cannot stop it. So I also pray for the family to be able to take the loss and continue, though we will miss him.
His movie roles were top-notch. He was known for entertaining, putting smiles on the faces of people. Yeah, he lifts people's spirits every time, most time on a very terrible day. People are going to miss him a lot.
It's shocking. Mr. Ibu was a good actor. He was a product in the Nigerian movie industry. Yes, he was a kind of a person that bring change. He was an impactful person in the movie industry. Hearing about his death, Nigeria Nigeria has lost a lot. Mr. Ibu dying, Nigeria has lost. Movie industry has lost somebody, an actor who brought changes even in his roles. He show example. He live by example, and so many.
Well, it's a very shocking one, and it's painful that a man like that just died so soon. And it's a sad one, not only to me, to Nigeria, and to his fans.
Others said Mr. Ibu was a very talented actor who will be greatly missed in the Nigerian movie industry.
He was a comedian. All his life is comedy. The way he walks, the way he talks, the way he even acts in his movies. It's sad. We are going to miss him. But I pray that other actors, God should keep them, God should protect them.
He was a very jovial person. You cannot give out what you don't have. That was inside him, I know, of course, because even when he's always picked for that particular role, he performs it very well. The role of putting smiles on the faces of people, he does it well, he performs it well. If he did not have that, he wouldn't give it out. He wouldn't have been able to give it out. He was a very nice person, and that has reflected on his movie roles. People really are going to miss him.
Wow, it was a good entertainer. In fact, you need to watch most of his movie back. At least when you are bored, or you are sad, or something happened to you, if Mr. Ibu movie come across to your phone or anything, you forget about that burden, and you'll be happy, laugh, and walk away. He's a nice man. He's a good actor. It's a very good one. But he's dead. It's painful.
Death is inevitable. I wish him rest in peace wherever he is, and I pray his soul be taken by our Lord Jesus. Very sad. I'm very sad about hearing that he is dead. Very sad hearing his death.
A comic actor who had undergone surgeries that led to the amputation of his leg finally succumbed to the cold hands of death on the early hours of Saturday, March 2nd, 2024. Mr. Ibu died at the age of 62.
That's our package for this afternoon. But before we go, we take another look at the top stories. Those who trust in God will always be victorious irrespective of their circumstances. This assertion was made by Governor Umoino while addressing the Presbyterian Church of Nigeria, Uyo Presbytery Congregation, during the ceremonial opening and annual Gospel Convention of the church at Enwe Street, Uyo. March every year is always marked as Glaucoma Awareness Month by the United Nations to educate people on what glaucoma does to the eye, the need for early detection, and the importance of caring for the eye. We also brought to you a report that the veteran Nollywood actor John Okafor, popularly known as Mr. Ibu, has been reported dead. According to family sources, the actor has been on life support after he underwent a second surgery for his ailments recently. That's the news. Thank you so much for being a part of it, and do have a blessed day. I am blessing. It's on you.